This is video number 20 in the Book 2 series for bass students. So you'll need to have your Essential Elements Book 2 out, and I'd like you to open to page number 13 in that book. We are learning a new note today and a new position, okay? So you've learned third position, first position, second, second and a half. What we're learning today is half position. And the new note we're learning is G sharp. Now there are different G sharps on your instrument. The one we're learning today is the one that looks like it's open G, but it has a sharp sign in front of it. Either that or it looks like it's open G and the key signature tells you it's a G sharp, okay? So how do you make a note that's natural, make it sharp? Let's think about this. When you had F natural, you added fingers to go make it higher pitched. When you had C natural, you added fingers to make it C sharp, and natural to sharp, okay? So from an open string, we're gonna add fingers, but if we just add one, we have an A. So you're gonna be in something called half position. Half position is when you put your second finger on the first finger tape, your fourth finger where second finger normally goes, and first finger is in between where the nut is and that first tape is. This is half position. Now this note right here is still A. We're just not playing it like that. That's first position. Remember how you had different ways to play the same note? Okay, it's the same deal. This is A, this is G sharp. That's how we take an open string and make it higher, is we add a finger. Now there's a note here, we can't skip. G becomes G sharp. D would become D sharp. Okay, A would become A sharp if you put your first finger in half position. Now these notes that you already know, they are the same notes, just played a different way. This was E. It's still E. It's still the same note, but now I'm going to play it with second finger. That's E. This was B. It's still B, but it's played with second finger. Okay? So half position, your second finger goes where your first finger normally does. Now, to play G sharp, you just have one finger down in half position. Now, there are no Roman numerals for half. So look at number 52 and see what they did. They just put a fraction half below it. That's how you know you're in half position. Okay? So let's play just a couple of G, just echo the notes that I do. I want you to stay in half position, and sometimes I'll ask you actually to shift up. Play 4 G sharps, our new note, in half position. Echo me. And go G sharp, G sharp, G sharp, G sharp. Now, if you have a tuner, I would like you to take your tuner out. If you did not tune really well today, make sure you get your instrument really, really well in tune. And I want you to have your tuner out and put it on your stand, because since you don't have a tape for that note and you're not gonna, you need to be using your ears. But until your ear knows what it sounds like, your tuner's gonna help you. All right? So if your tuner says that it's too low, you need to move it this way. If your tuner says it's too high, move it this way. Just not that much. Probably more like that much or that much. Okay? Play 4 G sharps again. Echo me. And go G sharp, G sharp, G sharp, G sharp. Now do 2 G sharps and 2 A's without switching positions. G sharp with first finger, A with second finger, both in the G string. Echo me. Go G sharp, A, A. Now do 2 G sharps and 2 E's with second finger. Second finger on the D string. 2 G sharps, 2 E's. G sharp, E, E. Okay? Now, I'm going to have you do G sharp and then F sharp. Now for this, you're going to have to shift, right? Because you can't play F sharp here because F sharp is there. So you're going to go G sharp, shift, F sharp. Play 2 G sharps and 2 F sharps. Go G sharp, F sharp, F sharp. Now do F sharp, then G sharp, and then 2 A's without shifting back to first position. So start in first for the F sharp, go to half position for the G sharp, and stay in half position for the A. F sharp, G sharp, A, A. Play that. And go F sharp, G sharp, A, A. Now do the backwards. Start in half position and go A, G sharp, shift, F sharp. Do that, echo me. A, sharp, F sharp, go. A with second finger, G sharp first finger, shift, F sharp, fourth finger. Okay, so sometimes you're going to be playing that A with first finger in first position. Sometimes you might play it here. Sometimes you might play E here. Sometimes you might play E here. You just got to watch your music. Okay, let's shadow bow 52 and starts in half position. You notice it goes to first position for the F sharp and then it goes back to half position. Shadow bow 52, 1, 2, G sharps and go. Now G sharp again, now go to F sharp, now E, F sharp, shift back to G sharp. Okay, play that with me. So you're back in first position and then again, go back to half position. Beginning, play with me. 2, red, C, and go. G sharp, G sharp, G sharp, get ready to shift for F sharp, shift to F sharp, now E, F sharp, shift to half position for G sharp. Okay, go on to 53. Now 53 starts in first position and then goes to half. And look in measure 3. See those A's? They're played with second finger because you're still in half position. But then you shift back up. Okay, shadow bow 57. Sorry, 53. Shadow bow 53, start in first position, regular old E, first position, one finger on the D. 1, 2, shadow bow 53. E, F sharp. Now half position, G sharp. Stay in half position, play the A with second finger. Now G sharp. Now shift to first. Stay in first. Now play 53. And 1, 2, red C, first position. E, F sharp, now G sharp. Now A, second finger. Now shift to first position for F sharp, then E. Okay, going on to 54. Hopefully you're starting to understand this half position stuff. Now, this time 54, this E is in half position. Look at that. It starts in half position and you play the E with second finger. Why is that? Because look what happens right after it. G sharp. You have to be in half position there. The reason the E's were in first position before is because it was around F sharp and you had to be in first position for the F sharp. There's no choice. You've got to be in first position for an F sharp, but you have to be in half position for the G sharp. So the E is going to be based on like which position is based on which notes are around it, okay? All right, shadow bow starting in half position with second finger down, 54, 1, 2, red C, half position, go. E, now G sharp, now shift to first. Now this A is in first position, now shift to half, now stay in half, now shift to first. Okay, that one can be kind of confusing because that time the A in measure 2 was in first position. Why? Because it was right after an F sharp. Okay, so we do half position when we need to and when it makes the most sense. All right, play it with me. If you need to shadow bow it again or practice it again, try that because the position's a little weird. Start in half position with 2 fingers. 1, 2, 54, and go. Half position, G sharp, now shift to first, fourth finger, now first finger, now shift back to half. Stay in half, now shift up, and stay up. That was a little tricky, okay? It could probably needs a little bit more practice than the others. All right, now we are going to skip number 55. I'm going to teach you the A major scale in a totally separate video, but we aren't going to skip learning about the new key signature, okay? So, how do we know when to play this new note, G sharp? Well, as with any of our sharps, we have to look at the key signature. So let's kind of review the key signatures that we already know. So the very first key signature is not the first one you learned. The first one I'm going to show you here is this one right here. Looks like I forgot it. Remember? The key signature that has all naturals. There are no sharps at all. This is C major. Okay? Now, clearly you're not going to be playing G sharp in this one, are you? You're not going to be playing F sharp. You'd have to play F naturals, right? Because this has no sharps in it. We also know this key signature, not the first one you learned. That is G major, 1 sharp, F sharp. So we have to do F sharps. Do we have any G sharps? No. Do we have any C sharps? No. All Fs are sharp. Then our next, the first key signature we learned had 2 sharps. All Fs were sharp and all Cs were sharp. This was D major. Now, the newest one. Of course, we're adding 1 sharp, and of course it's going to be G sharp. That's the only other sharp we know at this point. F sharp, C sharp, G sharp. That means all the Fs, all of the instrument are sharp. All of the Cs, all over the instrument are sharp. All of the Gs, all over the instrument are sharp. We haven't learned the other G sharp, but there is one on your E string. Okay, if you're in this key signature, all Gs must be sharp. This is the key signature of A major. All right, and that's what we're going to play in with number 56. Now 56, you know, it's going to seem kind of familiar to you, a little bit familiar to you. You played it in book 1, but in a different key. I think you played it in C major in that book. I think it was Oak Hollow, something like that. But it's going to seem kind of familiar. All right, Shadow Bow 56. We're in A major, so that means all C's are sharp. You do this, you're wrong. That's a C natural. We need C sharps. All C's must be sharp. All F's are sharp, all C's are sharp, all G's are sharp. There is going to be a half position thing in the second line, so be ready for that. Shadow Bow, 1, 2, 56, and go. C sharp, C sharp, C sharp. Make sure those C sharps are high enough, press in hard. Second line, C sharp. Now, G sharp, shift to half position. That first position. Forte, forte, off. Okay, so the hardest thing about that is look in the second line. You have to slur and cross strings and shift all at the same time. Try just that. F sharp, G sharp, A. Do it without the slur first. Echo me. F sharp, G sharp, A, and go. F sharp, shift, G sharp, A. Now add the slur. F sharp, G sharp, A, and go. Down, shift down, up. Try that again. And go. F sharp, G sharp, A. Now, in the last 2 measures, from that A, you're going to shift up and play the next A with first finger. Why? Because look at the next note. It's an F sharp. Let's try the whole thing together. If you think you need to practice it more first, pause the video, practice, and join me when you're ready. 1, 2, ready, and go. Second line, I'm thinking about that. Here it comes. Slur and shift. Now shift back to first. Forte, forte, off. Okay? Practice that till you're getting those C sharps in tune, till you're getting that slur and shift, and getting your G sharp in tune and all of that. Practice so it has a good tone and in tune.